right, so this is the interval of increase or decrease on a given graph. Okay, so on a given function. All right, so so remember the interval means from what value of x to what value of x is the increasing and decreasing happening. Okay, so for instance, in this graph, you have one turn here. So from here is like going down up to this point right there. Okay, that was going down, and then um, when it reaches this lowest point, it started to go up, right? So therefore, from this beginning point to this beginning point, this is decreasing, and then from the moment it reaches the lowest point, it started increasing. So we just need to find what are the x component of the starting point where it started increasing and decreasing, right? Okay, so let's try to find out. Okay, now this part right here, which I'm gonna see if I can erase because there's just a lot of written stuff. Okay, so this part right here is your decreasing, and this part right here is your increasing because it was going up. Okay, well, you also have an arrow on this end. So therefore, that arrow, that means it goes infinitely to the left. Okay, so it goes infinitely to the left and it goes infinitely up. So therefore, we only really just care about the x component, which is the going left or right, because we're just talking about interval. So we just want the x values. So this one right here, that means x approaches negative infinity. It started from negative infinity, which is just a concept of a number. So it's not really a number, right? Now, so from negative infinity, it started to go down, 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 down until it reaches this point. And what is that point? What is that? What is the x there? Well, this is actually 3 comma negative 6. Okay, but we only care about the x value because we just want the interval. Okay, so now we have the decreasing interval. Okay, so the decreasing interval here, we only have one area that's decreasing. So therefore, it started from negative infinity, okay, all the way to 3. And now this 3 right here is not an open circle, it's a solid dot. So we're going to put a bracket there. Infinity, negative infinity is just a concept, it's not really a number. So we're going to put a parenthesis there. Okay, so that's your decreasing. Now, how about the increasing part? Well, we know that it started increasing from the lowest point from here all the way here. But look at that, there's again an arrow. So that means there's an arrow, so therefore it goes to positive infinity. So therefore your increasing interval, okay, started from here all the way to infinity. So that will be from 3. Again, we only want the x values all the way to infinity. Parentheses here, and since 3 is already taken in decreasing, so we're going to have to put parentheses there because it cannot be both increasing and decreasing, right? Okay, so first that's number 1. Now for number 2, okay, so I'm gonna put some areas here so that you can think about it, pause it if you needed to. All right, so this area right here, let's say this is point A, my starting point, which is the negative infinity. Up to that point, what the highest point, I'm gonna put that one as B, and this is one right here is C. Okay, so from A to B, think about it. Is this increasing? From A to B, trace it with your paper. Is it going up or is it going down? That's how you know if it's increasing or decreasing. Okay, so pause it and discuss if you think it's increasing or decreasing. Okay, now this part right here, after you discuss, I'm gonna answer now. So this is increasing area because from A to B it's going up. Then from B to C it's decreasing. So that's your interval. That's what your interval is gonna be. All right, now again you have an arrow here, so that's again going to the left. That's negative infinity. The coordinates here are 4 comma negative 1, but again we just want the x, and then there's an arrow here, that means positive infinity. All right, so therefore your increasing area for this, the increasing interval for this is from negative infinity all the way to the top, which is at 4 on x. All right, and then your decreasing will be from again 4 all the way to positive infinity. Okay, and that's because you only have, again, one turn, so you only get to go up one time and down one time, at least with this example. We will have another example of these with different types of graphs that look like this, okay, or look like that. Okay,